From all indication, the opposition parties in Cameroon are not ready to take over power from the CPDM, to liberate Cameroonians from the hands of the CPDM, from the hands of this corrupt system in place in Cameroon. Because the CPDM are putting everything together to remain in power even after President Paul Biya. And some of them are already saying it. Like the Minister of Labour, Gregoire Owona, says that what the CPDM will fully support Paul Biya, or if he decides to go back to his village, that is on retirement, they will continue to support the person that he will propose to them. And who will President Paul Biya propose if he want to go on retirement? Somebody he trusted. Somebody that is still like him, wicked or even more wicked like him. Somebody who will maintain the system that they have created in place. And when you look at the strategy of the CPDM, you know that the opposition parties are not ready yet to take over power or to defeat the CPDM. They don't have the capacity, they don't have the resources, they don't have the strategy to take our power from the CPDM, to liberate Cameroonians from the CPDM. This is TFA Talking Point. And if this is our first time, just remember to subscribe to our channel. This is the reality in Cameroon. All we are seeing our opposition parties doing is shouting, condemning, talking, without anything doing concretely. If you look at how the CPDM, the strategy of the CPDM, you know that there is no opposition parties in Cameroon that can defeat the CPDM. Let us forget about electoral fraud, where maybe they can't vote, they put vote, or they manipulate vote, or the county, or the result. Let's forget about it. Just look at the CPDM militants. Nearly President Paul Biya selected nearly all influential people all over Cameroon in all villages, all elite from all villages. Anybody that is known by 100% in people in any village, President Paul Biya draw that person closer to the CPDM, into the CPDM. All top businessmen and women, and all of them are there. And because they created poverty in Cameroon, they created frustration. And they are using this frustration, manipulating this frustration and this poverty in their own favor. So when election is approaching like this, they will just tell the elite or the influential people or the top businessmen or traditional rulers or whosoever that they have selected from each village and say, go back to your relatives and tell them if they don't vote for CPDM, you are not going to pay their school fees again, the school fee of their children. You are not going to support them. You are not going to do this. You are not going to do that. And then family will start coming back home, bringing them closer. I'm coming to the village tomorrow. So everybody will gather in the house of that rich person, in the house of that influential person. And then he says, the government told me that if you people, if we CPDM win here, they will appoint me minister. And if they appoint me minister, you, Papa, I'm going to take your uncle, I'm going to take this, your a child, as my personal assistant. You're already thinking of your child now going into the ministry, working at the ministry. That kind of thinking. Just you, that your child, and a child, and you alone, you people will be manipulating other people to vote CPDM. All relatives will be doing everything behind to convince others to vote CPDM. This is the system and this is the strategy of the CPDM. The highest strategy that is keeping the CPDM in power. And when that is why many people, after observing the oppression of the CPDM, says that what? That even if a CPDM stands with Jesus, CPDM will still win. Because they are seen by all this strategy put in place, because it is something that goes right into the least person in Cameroon. I think it was in 2018, Yeah, no, before 2018 presidential election, 2017, I went to one region in Cameroon, in southern part of Cameroon, south region of Cameroon. I went into one deep forest, and then I passed more than around 6 different villages. There was no other pictures of political parties there, only the CPDM. They don't know any other party is existing in Cameroon except the CPDM, because no all the other opposition party remain in the city. In the city are mostly people who are criticizing the government. Many of them don't even register for vote for election. Many of them in the city, they are just there grumbling and complaining. But those in the village, when election will go there, President Paul Biya, and they will send election, but in those villages, everybody in the village will register. But in the city, they will come 3-4 people, they will delay it. They say long line, people will feel discouraged and go, and millions in the city don't register. And that is why opposition party hold on. And when they see the crowd like this shouting, whoa, 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 they thought that these are supporter without voting card, supporter without national identity card. Why CPDM is picking everybody in the villages. They are picking them all. If you look at election in villages, they usually vote the highest. If there are 100 people in the village of voting age, at least 90 something will vote. But if 100 people in the city voting age, maybe only around 30 or 40 people will vote in the city. Many people are running away doing their businesses. They don't want to stray themselves because they already know the result. But in the village, they know nothing. They just know that they are putting this vote as they will win. Emmanuel or Peter or John will be going as a personal assistant, or will be working as bodyguard or driver for one of the elite in the village. And that is all that is in their brain. And this is the CPDM. So there is no way, if the opposition party would not identify this and then think of what to do in order to stop this, then they are not ready to take over from the CPDM, because the CPDM will keep on winning and winning and winning.